You see, when this thing began to grow in me, I didn't know what it was. There was a time that life began to subdue me. Life began to subdue me. I was struggling with lust. Our world is wicked. You turn to your phone, you see naked people. You turn to movies, you see naked people. You say, okay, you are no longer watching. You go to the market, you see naked people. What do we do? Should we go and hide in the bedroom? I will take 3 days and fast. The moment I'm coming out of fasting, I'm seeing a naked person.
Welcome to SoundDoctrine Gospel Channel.
When life begins to work on you, there is an intrinsic ability that comes into you. That ability of life is what mortifies the flesh so that the glory can arise on your inside. Many people have Bible verses, but they've not given life a chance. Because sometimes you can read a Bible verse and then life will whisper behind that verse, take a 3 days fast. The power of that verse is not that you recited it, it's that you were able to pick what life whispered under that verse. That one is the power for sonship. And so the second thing for sonship that life also brings in you is obedience or yieldedness. You see, as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. So two things happen when life is at work. Number one, image. The image of God begins to form. And that image of God forms because of the mortification that life brings to the flesh. And then the second thing is that life will bring you back to God's presence because of the obedience that life insists on. If mortification and obedience does not take place, you can never come to the fullness. If you like being in church for 30 years, you will see how helpless church will be to bring you to the fullness. If church will help you, it's because life, through the words, through the worship, we collide with you and you will respond to life. Many times people refuse to respond to life until the pastor by the Spirit is compelled to give a commandment. They will still not obey, and then they brag that they've been in church for 10 years. No, it is mortification and obedience that produces imaging and yieldedness, and it is those two that allows life to have its full measure. And when life begins to have its full measure, then fullness can begin to happen. We have too many Christians who don't look like God. We have too many believers who are only professing to be Christians, but when you see them in their original element, you will know that something else is powering them. Because if life doesn't power you, death will power you. If your receptacles are not sensitive to life, it will be sensitive to death. Did you see Jesus? He came to the Pharisees, the perfected religion, and he looked at them. He said, well, I'm not moved by rituals. You are of your father the devil. The lust of your father shall ye do. Because that intrinsic one is superior to the extrinsic one. That inner one is superior to the outward one. The outward one can be a lie, but the inner one can never be a lie. You can do religion, but your lust is what defines you. And if your lust is substituted to the operations of life, even if you don't have a religious activity to engage in, you will still become like God. This is why the men of old, when they didn't have organized churches to help them, they still carried so much God that we only read about. Because the inner one is superior to the outer one. Don't get me wrong. Church helps and facilitates growth. It's a great blessing that we have a church where we come to hide and be built up. But over and above that, there is an operation taking place on your inside. It may not be loud, it may not sound religious, but if you know from here that that thing happening on your inside is the prompting of life, you will nurture it. Because usually the way it works is that it draws you to where it has authority. So it draws you to God's presence, it draws you to a fellowship, it draws you to a word, it draws you to prayer. As it's happening, just follow it. Don't seek of seeking an angel. Just follow it. Follow it gradually. You may come to the prayer and sleep throughout. Next week, the prayer is on. It will still say, come. Just keep coming. He's growing. Lust is fighting life. But if you give life a chance, it will subdue lust. Sometimes you carry a message. He say, hear this message. You put the message, you sleep off. Don't worry. Be sleeping. If the devil can sow while men slept, God too can sow while men sleep. Just be hearing. Sometimes He puts the message, the worship of a minister. You are just hearing the man. You think you are enjoying. And Dunsin is singing. And you think you are having a good time. After a while, when you go to the boss, you are no longer with the tape, but the song continues. And this time around, you are no longer singing and dancing. You are being instructed. Because the word that he spoke in that song become a teacher in your spirit man. And that teacher will come with koboko to shape you until you obey. Sometimes if you refuse, even when you go to sleep, the song will still be singing. Because that's life at work. You can't sleep away from here. There is a realm where men don't sleep. Because even while you say you are sleeping, your spirit is alive. So the teacher will continue. That's how men gradually enter the frequency of life. And when they enter, sonship is born. Everything we'll be doing in this conference will be to help you nurture life. Everything, the instructions, the teachings, the impartations, all of that is to help you nurture life. Because your transformation is at the mercy of how much you yield to life. God decided to make it in such a way that nobody can deny. It is happening deep on your inside. You can't deny it. In fact, when life becomes strong in you, you will discover you have a problem with somebody and you lose your sleep. If you like, go to a stadium, fly to London and watch Chelsea. When you are done shouting, the moment you come out of that match, the teacher will come back and say, that argument, you were wrong. You were wrong. You may be a governor. Nobody can tell you the truth to the face, but not life. The voice of life will rebuke you, and it will rebuke you without quoting the words. It will tell you you were wrong. In fact, it will go further and tell you you were manipulative when you were talking. And when you want to argue, you say you are becoming a beast. And if you don't stop, you say if you don't stop, you will die. Nobody can tell you that. Some people are so big that even their pastor are careful in talking to them. Not life. Because life is immortal. It existed before you were created. And so there's nothing you become that life will fear you. The ministry of the fullness. It's an organic ministry. It works in the hearts of men with a desire to mortify their flesh so that the propensities of the spirit that is locked in them can find expression. Aliyah, hey, Aliyah, hey, Aliyah. You see, when this thing began to grow in me, I didn't know what it was. There was a time that life began to subdue me. Life began to subdue me. I was struggling with lust. Our world is wicked. You turn to your phone, you see naked people. You turn to movies, you see naked people. You say, okay, you are no longer watching. You go to the market, you see naked people. What do we do? Should we go and hide in the bedroom? I will take 3 days and fast. The moment I'm coming out of fasting, I'm seeing a naked person. How are you? I'm looking for where they sell pig. You are looking for where they sell pig. It's in front of my house. Does this look like a shop? And the devil keeps sending arrows. Sending arrows. Lord, what do I do? I've heard people's messages. I've applied them. I've asked for counsel. No one is working. And the Lord told me, the answer is on your inside. Follow the promptings. Follow. Follow. There's a realm called the invincible realm. Follow. And I started listening. And the first place it started from, he said, forgive. He didn't talk about lust. Forgive. And I am a high-tempered person. If you try it, I tell you immediately. He said, no, don't respond. Forgive. Somebody will offend me. I will come and sit down and justify why the person should be the one to apologize. He just said, forgive. I will go with burden and say, you know that thing that happened. You were wrong, but it's okay. Say, that's not what I told you to do. I say, forgive. I'll say, okay, when the next one happened, and I will ignore. I kept struggling until a point came, As I began to yield to the promptings, you will come as if you're down. You say sorry. The person will now look at you. I thought you say we will fight. I was ready for you.
Thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. God bless you.